Okay, so today we're going to talk about constructing scatter plots. When we're creating scatter plots, we are going to create them very similar to plotting points on a coordinate plane. So it says Jared's basketball team stood at various distances from the basketball goal and counted the number of baskets that they were able to make in 30 seconds. The distance each person stood from the goal and the number of baskets made is shown in this table. Okay, so if we notice down here, on our x-axis, we have distance in feet. So if I look up here, I see that I have feet all across the board at the top. So that is my x-axis. And the number of baskets made is on the y-axis. So that's going to be my y point. So in order to plot these, I would plot each of these as if they were an ordered pair. 14, 4. So I would go 14 and up to 4. And I'm just going to mark them off as I go so that I don't miss any. 25 and 6. It can be a little difficult to see. 27 and 7, so it's a little bit less than there and up here. 15 and 11. 15 and 11. Oh, that'd be right on that line. 26 and 6. 26 and 6. 16 and 13. 15 and 12. 26 and 8. 16 and 14. And 28 and 5. Okay, so what type of association do you see in the scatter plots? Well, if you see as one increases, the other is also increasing, even though they're not clustered very well, this would still be a positive association. And then we're going to answer these questions as true or false. As the distance from the goal increases, the number of baskets made decreases. That's still true, okay, because we went up and then down, so that would be true. As the distance from the goal decreases, the number of baskets made increases, and that's not true because you can see that our main cluster is right here, and that's like in the middle of the graph. As the distance from the goal decreases, so as we go down, the number of baskets made decreases, and that's false because as we can see, we travel down, it would go down. An outlier. Okay, so we have these things that are called outliers. That means that they're not even on there. That would be like this point. They're not clustered with a group anymore. So an outlier is a point that does not fit in the overall association or trend of the plot, known as the outlier. So our outlier in our point above was the one that was at 14 and 4, which would be Jared. Jared was our outlier. He didn't fit the trend. So clustering occurs in a scatter plot when there are distinct or separate groups of points. Okay? This can occur when there is a rarity, or like I like to say, an oddball in the group. Okay? It just doesn't fit the overall trend. And clustering in this one, this is the rarity. My bad. Clustering a group when a majority are together. Okay, so here you would create your scatter plot again by plotting these points. We look and we see thousands, population in thousands. So population tells us this is going to be our X, and elementary schools is our Y. So we have 76,019. So I'm going to say that this would probably be 80, or this would be 80 because we're going by tens. So I'm going to do a little bit less than 80, about halfway between 70 and 80, up to 19. I'm going to marking it out. 60 and 17. 35 and 10. 73 and 22. 51 and 13. 78 and 26. 25 and 12. 13,007. 20,020. And 85,021.
You got a master.
Okay, so our overall association is positive, and we can say as the population increases, the more schools. The more people, of course you need more schools. Are there any outliers in the data? Well, if we look, this one that's at 20,000 people in 20 schools, yes. And in our clustering, we can see that there's a group right here clustering between 80 and 90,000. That's probably because they have a similar populations in schools. Okay. Down here is the same situation. We're looking for the amount in lunch, and the homework, the amount in the lunch account, and the homework assignments, the number of homework assignments. Okay, so we have money, $8.24, and we have 0. 29.05 and 2. 475 and 1. $20 and 0. 3 and $1.80 and 3. $11.92 and 4. $0 and 1. $17.50 and 2. 26.11 and 3. Okay, so as you can see, these are all over the place. So there is no association. And that makes sense because really their lunch account balance has no correlation to the amount of homework assignments you get. Okay, so I would say our only outlier would be like 4, but really there's no outliers because they're all over the place. None, because they are all sporadic. Sporadic means all over the place. Clustering, we have a couple of clusters down here and around 30, between 25 and 30, and 0 and 5. Okay. So that's basically how you create a scatter plot, is you're just plotting points like you would an ordered pair on a coordinate plane. So you have to think ordered pairs on coordinate plane.